The following program was paid for by Southern American Media. Fox 30 WGBC invites you to the talk of all the towns in East Mississippi and West Alabama. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace.
And good Friday morning, Scotty Ray and Candace, as we begin a day. And I had to introduce, since Candace often doesn't know music, I introduced her to the Man song. A lot of people remember Vince Gill. He had a little group for one song anyway. It was called the Notorious Cherry Bombs. And the name of the song was, and I'll edit the end of it, it's hard to kiss the lips at night that chew your all day long. She had never heard that.
I never heard that song.
So many men relate to
Kurt
that.
might like that song.
And it is so true. Somebody that's just nyet, 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 nyet all day.
I don't do that. I don't.
Ooh.
Look, I do sometimes, maybe, like if I want to.
Oh,
I don't know.
sometimes.
I think he probably hates it because I'm constantly, we need to do this, we need to do that, we need to do this. And he's like, I only got so many hours in the day.
I want to
can't
point out
tackle one thing at a time.
that I'm sitting a little close for lightning to strike, and I want you to be careful of what you're saying over there.
I am serious.
Yeah.
It was bright.
Got to wear sunglasses. I'm going to have to wear those next time.
Yeah.
Good morning to everybody. And first off, I want to say a big thank you. We put out, let me pull this up here. We put out that we needed a little help with a puppy dog. His name was Jackson. He was found in the middle of Highway 39. He had been hit, had motor oil all over him, and the little fella, he's a little bitty tiny fella.
He's so cute.
And we needed
Look at that.
$350 to pay for his vet bills. And y'all donated $380 to help this little fella. There he is.
Look at there. He is so cute.
He is.
It's like he's got a little mask on.
I don't think that he's ready for adoption yet, but he will need a home, I think, eventually also. They do so much for pups in our area, and we want to say thank you to Roadside Rescue Network for doing all that.
Yes.
But Jackson's his name.
That's cute.
Big name for a little fella.
It is. It is. He's going to do big things.
He is. I like that. A cute puppy dog there. So how was your evening? Did it fly by?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I went to cook, though, and cooked supper last night. And
A little smoke.
Our stove that we got like 6 months ago, maybe, or a little more. No longer, it doesn't work. It quit working.
Huh, you think it's the way it was hooked up?
No, I don't know. It's a gas stove. I never had gas. The top works. The burners work on top. The stove will not ignite. I don't know.
That poor Maytag repairman, it may have something to do now.
Yeah, maybe so. I don't know.
So what'd y'all do to eat then, since you didn't have a stove?
I have a toaster oven that is really neat, and I popped the little thing that I was going to make in that, and it cooked it.
Okay.
So that's a good thing, handy thing to have.
Good thing your man didn't go hungry.
He ain't going to go hungry now. I'll fix him something.
Men tend to wander off when they don't get enough food at home. I just want to let you know.
Okay.
Stop by for a ham sandwich somewhere and don't come back.
He's not picky. He's constantly, he's like, I told you I could eat a sandwich every day. I said, I am not feeding you a sandwich every day.
Yeah, they say that until you do it. Don't
I ought to
listen.
do a sandwich every day for a month, and
That's
I bet
like
you won't want another sandwich.
That's like the thing of, how do I look in this dress?
Yeah.
Careful.
Look, when I ask a question like that, he goes, you are not reeling me into this conversation.
Demopolis, Alabama, the police department has put out more or less a SOS. Have you found it? We got a missing person in Alabama. And let's look at some pictures here as we pull this up. Again, this is the gentleman that is missing, and we'll give you all the details of what they've got to say here. Demopolis, Alabama is where he is missing from. And as we get into the information, he's been missing since Tuesday. This is Damon Gibson. He went missing on Tuesday on Highway 80 East. And if you happen to see him, contact the police department. Some folks that are worried.
Yeah.
We do hope found quickly.
For sure, yes.
It just not good. You always fear the worst.
Right. That not knowing.
Yes.
It is. It would be the worst thing, yeah.
So we certainly will hope that all is well in the end on that.
Did you have a good evening last night?
Let me see. I went down to Squealer's Barbecue, and we filmed a TV commercial last night.
Okay.
Cutting a rug down there with the band last night.
So we're getting our food for their reunion from them. We got our food, a lot of it for their wedding there. They do cater, so they have a good business.
Well, Teresa is sweetheart. Me and her have known forever. We were talking about that the other day. 25 plus, somewhere along in there.
Have you had their banana pudding, Scotty Ray?
Yes, I have.
It is good.
It is good. So if you need some of that,
Yeah. That's right.
Check
But you
'em
saw
out.
the band?
yeah, the band was playing last night. It was fun. We got some footage. We'll have to put it together this weekend, but a lot of folks ran it and appreciate y'all helping us out there.
Every Thursday night they'd have a band,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, Southern, I'll go wrong. I want to say it was like Southern Storm that played last night. I don't know them as well as I know the other folks around town, but they were doing a great job there.
Yeah.
Let's see, a few things that happened overnight, as we always talk about, cars that come up missing. People want your stuff.
They want to borrow your vehicle.
Yes,
They don't have one
sir.
of their own.
Well, here's the scene of this, and this happened in the 4600 block of Fifth Street, right here. This is Fifth Street. This is Mid-South Welding. Up here will be San Marcos. To the east of there, there's a little convenience store there. I've eaten there several times. Our car was stolen there yesterday, and the criminals liked it so much after they stole the car, they went back last night and went ahead and busted out a window.
Oh.
That was real nice of them to come do that, wasn't
That was
it?
nice for them to go back. Yeah.
And if you see all these boarded up windows around town, that's what's been going on. People trying to get in. No one was hurt in any of that, and we hope nothing seriously was taken. We don't know the details on that, but
Right.
it happens, folks, in our community. Can't say that enough. Let's see here.
That's right.
We also had a home, and let me see if I can find this. The 900 block. Let's zoom in right here. The 900 block of 26th Avenue is where this is, right in there. Comcast sits here. Somebody knocked out a window to somebody's home there. Now, I don't know what they took, but to gain entry, they knocked out a window. That was just past Comcast in that area. Temple Theater, as you'll see, sits right here. Here's the Temple Theater. Comcast back in here.
Goodness.
I know a lot of you don't like that any more than I do.
Isn't there some apartments over there or something too?
I think so.
there is. Yeah. Kind of over by the bank, Meridian Beach.
See what else we had happened here. Oh, we had another home, same thing happened to in this area. This is going to be, let me see if I can click on this, and this is going to be the 1800 block of 37th Avenue. Yet again, this is just to the east. Here's Highland Park. It'd just be to the east of there in this area right along in here. So if you're in that area, check your cars, check your home.
Right.
That did happen. More and more of that daily. Let's see here. What happened over on, oh boy, Sheriff's Department was busy yesterday afternoon. They meant to make a traffic stop and they didn't want to stop. So they took off. Boogie there, as they go to say. And it would happen here at 10th Avenue and 23rd Street where I think it was a Mustang came to stop. What'd he do? He ran.
He must have had something to.
He's still
hide.
running toward Macon, I think.
Oh, really?
Interesting thing is, I think he left everything behind that said who he was. May have been, they know who you are. They're going to be waiting at the house.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. They'll be coming for you.
It's interesting to watch how some criminals do things to where they just, if I were going to do a crime, I wouldn't take who I was with me.
Right.
Not that I'm a professional or anything.
That's like somebody going to rob a bank and leaving their wallet or something, dropping,
What was that guy that time that robbed the bank and took out a piece of his own mail and wrote the note on it and left it? Do you remember that?
That would be,
It's like, dude.
crazy.
I didn't play the official video of this because it is so loud that it would rattle the speakers, but you can watch it on your phone a little bit later. It's on our page on Facebook.
Okay.
A near accident was stopped yesterday. Somebody's life could have been lost on this. This was Highway 19. You know where Dollar General is on Highway 19 before, right by Rock House?
Yes, I do.
This is where we are. This is the scene you're looking at. And again, I'm not going to play it because it is loud. But here is a MDOT or a DPS officer. He's apparently responding to another call. He's got his lights on, and this car that comes across in the medium takes a right-hand turn going north in the southbound lane.
Going the wrong way.
Yeah, going the wrong way. And he blocks it
goodness.
really quick with his truck and gets him to back up. And, there's a lot of things. You can just get confused as to where you're at, and that could have been what the problem was. But had they went over the hill, that could have been bad.
But can you imagine him? I mean, just he was at the right place at the right time,
It's almost if, there's a reason for everything.
Right.
Sometimes God, just 2 seconds makes a world of difference. And that did save a life. So whoever the gentleman was, the cop, we say a good job on that.
Yeah.
We appreciate him doing that. help somebody.
Sure, yeah. Goodness.
The next thing that we brought this up of a shooting that happened on 36th Street. Everybody kind of familiar with what I'm talking about? It was, and a lot of times I report these things if a home has been shot, and it turns out it's somebody's mad at somebody or whatever the case is. Very seldom is there gunshots into a home to where it was just a random thing when they didn't have anything to do. Now, I've talked to the Meridian Police Department 2 to 3 times on this. Let me show you the pictures first, and then we're going to discuss this, Candace. You see this?
Okay. Yes.
Look at this. That's about 5 shots through that window. I got one more picture here with this. Let me go to that next one. That was that. Let's back up here. This is the view from the front porch here. Now, I've got a complete video of this also on Facebook that you can look at. Now, I think there's more to the eye than meets the eye with this story. The last, and I've spoke to the Meridian Police Department, texted them several times, and last report, there have been no arrests associated with this. Now, I do know that there was an arrest right down the street where someone ran into a garage with pistols about the same time of this, and one of them, at least one, was arrested. And I've asked, is there a connection? Maybe the departments haven't spoken to each other. I almost truly feel that there is a connection in between the two. And I'm going to hold off. I've spoken to neighbors. I've talked to a lot of people who are close with this. And I seriously think this is not something that is random. This is much more serious than any of us could even imagine.
Well, for me, to see 5 bullet, possible bullets going through one spot right there, and the blinds are closed.
There was a gentleman that was sitting on the couch watching TV. It missed him. Y'all see this? That much. It actually struck the pillow on the couch and went through it. But again, I'm not going to go ahead and spill the beans of what I actually think went on. But it will rattle us, I think, when all of this comes out, and it should concern everybody to where enough you pick up the phone and you call Jimmy Smith, you call your person who is the council person at district and say, what are we doing about crime?
Right.
What are we going to do it? Enough is enough in Meridian, Mississippi.
Well, I said a number of times yesterday about cameras. Now, I know somebody put a Nikon is not going to, work. You need to use something else. I'm just saying that they would help, try to identify maybe a car, identify a person, identify somebody, to where you at least you have somewhere to go, somewhere to start,
If you were to ever get to court, it would be evidence of look here.
Right. Because, it would be a starting point to find this person or these individuals or whoever did this. But that way you have something to go on, because normally it's just, bullets were, shots were fired, and that's it. You don't know where they come from, who was driving what,
Right. And Denise says it looks like a targeted shooting from the amount of bullets.
I would think so too. And my thing is, if you were targeting somebody, you would know, basically, if you're shooting in a certain area, I think you would know where they are. Well, it's daylight. So that would say sometimes maybe somebody was at night.
That's where I say this is going to get very, very scary. Now, let's back up about a month ago. There was a fire at this home also. And how did it happen? We're unsure.
Goodness
it's
gracious.
Almost if maybe there's a tie-in there and this. Again, this is something bigger than I think we think it is. It's real low key at this point. Oh, it was just a shooting. I'm not so sure of that. And again,
it seems pretty organized.
Yeah, and when I get the actual dots put together and get the official word of what's happening, I'll pass that along, and then after they make their determination, we'll tell you what is being said here, there, and then everybody make their own decision if that's what really went on. But that is spooky. And again, this is getting, as I've pointed out so many times, and you know this, it's moving further and further, the crime in areas that have never seen crime in Meridian. Why? Y'all add it up. We'll keep you posted as
to me, no area is safe when you have people who are not doing anything about it.
That's correct.
I say not doing anything. Law enforcement, I think, is trying to do with the officers they have.
Limited resources.
Limited resources, but still there could be improvements,
We got more on this. It'll be coming in a few days, and hopefully we'll get some more, possibly today. We hope so. Y'all stay real close. We ain't going nowhere just yet. We got 45 minutes. They're going to let us talk some longer.
Yeah.
Isn't that nice? More of the way.
Health Now is your locally owned medical equipment store. Every person's need is a little different, and they offer a little bit of everything from hospital beds, wheelchairs, reclining back wheelchairs, breathing treatments, CPAPs and supplies. They even have walkers, bath products, and oxygen. And the great thing about Health Now is they offer same-day service. They're open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and on call 24/7. Health Now Medical Equipment, where we treat our patients like family.
Join Mike Rice Auctions and Wholesales every Tuesday night for a live auction, and you can bid from the comfort of your own home. Each week, Mike has a whole selection of auction items. Maybe you're a business that needs a liquidation sale. Or maybe you're in charge of an estate and don't know what to do with all you got. Talk to Mike Rice Auctions about an estate sale. Let Mike turn these items into cash for you. Your next deal is waiting for you at Mike Rice Auctions and Wholesale this Tuesday night, live on Facebook at 6:30. Welcome back to Scotty Ray and Candace. It is Friday morning. We're always tickled. Don't forget the races are underway tonight at Why Not Motorsports Park. This is the biggest race of the year. They even got television cameras out there. Looks like the rain will hold off 4 o'clock. It should be ending for the races tonight. So go
nice.
Rodney.
Yeah.
If you ain't first, you're last, as he would say.
Yeah.
Great time for a race there. Do you remember a few months ago where we talked about a Wendy's? Let me see where this was. I'm trying to remember an employee. I'm trying to remember what state it was in, and I don't see. Here we go, Arizona, to where a employee hit a elderly gentleman, 67, that was in Wendy's, and I forget what the argument was over. Things are fixing to change on this. The man has died from being hit, so this will be upgraded to murder now.
The man complained about his meal order.
Is that what it was?
That's what I think I read down there. And of course, you don't know how. I mean, people are just not always nice. The man could have not been nice, but your job as a worker is to just, deal with it in a most professional way you can, and that is not professional.
No, not a bit. The man has died.
Yeah, that's awful.
Now, y'all know what will come upon that particular story. It will be one of the biggest lawsuits you've ever seen. We can't have that in America. But
some people are really very ugly.
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking about like customers. I mean, they can be ugly to you. So.
But that doesn't mean that you jump across the counter.
No, it doesn't mean you come across the counter at them. But I've seen videos where, people
where they yell,
put their
"Scurty!"
hand, there was a customer that grabbed one of the workers from across the counter.
Yeah, and that's not right.
No, that is not right. It's always good to have video, I guess. Video
of what's
cameras.
actually going on.
Yeah.
The Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department has put out a memo, and it's a scam. Let me show this. Let me pop this up on the screen. If you're getting text messages like this, you have $150 in cash value from Amazon, don't click on that.
Right.
Your refund is added directly to your account. Don't touch these. They're scams, and if you'll notice, and I mentioned this morning also, Apple has put out an emergency thing to where people are hacking iPhones. You'll need to update your phone for security.
Right.
From your iPhone there. I also got a message this morning, and I have contacted Sheriff Jody Pennington in Newton County. There was a rumor floating around that there may have been a threat to a school in Newton County, and I spoke with the sheriff. He goes, that was handled last night. It was really nothing to it. Somebody said something that they didn't mean, and it's nothing to it. So there is no threat in Newton County this morning. I want to pass that on also.
That's good.
Important to know things like that. Do you see this where the Ole Miss player has passed away? The former one? 22 years old, y'all. That is sad.
That's awful.
Young age to pass away. We don't know why they haven't released why he died. Maybe more will come out of this. Now, as we look at this, I called Meridian Public Schools yesterday because there was a nasty rumor floating around Meridian. And as we went back to Vicksburg, that little store there where they said, oh, somebody's got monkeypox over there.
Right, and it just freaked everybody out, and people quit coming.
Right.
Yeah.
There is a rumor floating around that in Meridian Public Schools, there's some cases of monkeypox. It is absolutely untrue. I spoke to everybody at Meridian High last night and said, can you verify? And they 100%, no one is sick, no one has this.
Right.
No one has got it.
Probably somebody just trying to be cute and starting this little rumor with,
Right.
so, pretty damaging rumor.
And now let's look at this. Folks, this is bigger than we think. There are 14,000 cases now across America. Look at this. Here's the map from the CDC. Look at this. Now, here we are down here. Mississippi now has 18 cases. To our east, we've got 34, and it just gets big when you get to Texas, 1,000. Down here in Florida, Georgia. Louisiana has 127. Florida has 1,300. The only place that you can go in the United States and feel safe right now is right up here, Wyoming. Now, it's kind of cold, but you're not going to catch anything either.
It makes you wonder why.
Because there's less people there. It's wide open spaces. But a great state. But right now, they're fortunate. 0. New York, what is New York up here? 2,744 cases. We lead the world in the most cases of this. California, 2,600. So that gives you an indication about it. Now, Lauderdale County, I think they've got a shot that you can go take. There's certain areas of, what do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for? A vaccine. That's it. But they do have a vaccine if you're worried about that. And just be careful. All I can say. There's ways to... I'm not going into that. It's just, it's a bad disease.
It is. It is. You have to really look up the details of.
Have you think back as a kid? I think every one of us know no matter who you were. You woke up at 7 or 8 years old, and you in the middle of the night, you're like, I don't want to move. Something's watching me. Is a bugbear.
Scared. I was scared of the dark till I was like 12 or 13 years old.
I thought you were going to say 32.
I don't like the dark now, but yeah, I was scared. I didn't want to sleep by myself.
What was it that scared you?
I don't know. I just did not want to sleep by myself. I always felt like you said, I felt like something was going to get me.
Yeah.
And
something under the bed. Did that ever cross your mind?
The worst thing I ever did was watch A Nightmare on Elm Street. That was the worst thing ever. When the guy got pulled down into the waterbed, and something's like trying to snatch you from under the bed.
Yeah.
I didn't want my foot hanging off the bed. This day, I have to have my sheets tucked in very tight.
Candace, you were kidding me.
I'm serious. I'm not hanging my foot off the bed.
Did you ever, like if you had the window or the curtains open, the shadow from a tree limb or something on the wall, did that get you?
That would freak me out. But I always had my blinds closed at night, and
And I have been in spent the night with people to where a tree limb touches the house. When the wind blows, it's like there's a scratching outside.
Oh yeah. Or like just any kind of little noise outside. It could be an animal that's just around your house or something bumping. But.
As I look at this, now Daily Mail posted this, and this is, I'm going to show you a picture here of things that they say can scare children. And maybe you could scare-proof, is that the word, your child's room or your grandchild's room? As you look at this picture, this is what they say scare kids.
Well, I mean,
A large wardrobe, and they say keep away from these sharp cornered things. It can hurt children. But spooky posters.
That's what I was saying, Why would you put something like that in a little bitty kid's room?
Even down to here where they say where there's an open area underneath the bed. They say put a bed that's all the way to where a child. Now, I think they got a picture here to where they kind of child-proof it, make it more friendly. Yeah, this is rainbows. I'm not sure I would want this as my room, but...
Well, I mean, I do recommend a nightlight. Like if
that's a little bit more happier theme here.
Right.
Rainbows and ponies, unicorns.
I know with my son, I found this nightlight you can plug in the wall, and it projects objects up on his is like the solar system and an astronaut and all that. And it changes things on the ceiling, and then he's got like a lava lamp in his room, so that's colors and stuff. I mean, that soothes them a little bit. That helps them. So
you're not, and somebody else, it brought something to mind that I just got to say. Who is this? Melanie says that she's like you. She doesn't like her foot hanging off the bed. It kind of spooks her.
Yeah, I don't like that. Look, I have got to reply.
What?
Ruby Palmer. She and her daughter, and then used to live next door to me. Okay, they were my next door neighbors. And one night, I just did not even think that I was going to go and not, because her daughter was a friend of mine. So I crossed the the fence over there. I was coming from.
I'm lost here. What are we doing?
Well, I was going to.
You're walking somewhere?
Yeah, I was. Okay. Yeah, I was walking over, and I was going to knock on her window and just say, "Hey," it was nighttime. I just didn't even think it would scare her.
And you spoke to somebody?
She comes up like screaming, ran out of her bedroom door, went and got her stepdad. He come out with a shotgun. I ran in the house and got on the floor and was looking out the window, and he is in the front yard with a shotgun. I mean, that could have been my last breath that day. And I didn't even think about it. So she said, "You didn't mind going next door and scaring your neighbor, did you?"
So that's kind of funny.
It is funny. It was funny. I was scared to death at the time, but yeah.
I say this, as we were talking about the feet thing. There's people that break in just to stare at your feet. Did you know about that? I mean, there's some weird people in this world.
Yeah, that is weird.
Let me say, as God is my witness, and I don't know if Debbie Alexander is watching this morning, but as my witness, it was about 10 of us in a meeting one day. It was a group that had come into town that had bought the radio station that we were working for. And they brought in this national sales manager. And he's standing there talking to us. The man, this is weird, drops his paperwork.
I was scared what you was fixing to say.
He drops his
when you
paperwork.
Said drops his, I don't know.
And gets down on the floor and grabs her foot and starts telling her how pretty her feet are.
Yeah, that's odd.
Y'all, we call those freaks in the South. And that happened. He was from
I'd be like, get up. Get away from my feet.
Do you want to talk about an awkward feeling? He was from New York. And I guess he'd never seen any southern feet. And I witnessed that. That was spooky.
That is odd now.
But there's people that break in your house.
First impression?
Yeah.
That's the first impression. Somebody drops to the floor and starts worshiping your feet. Yeah, that's kind of like that. Goodness.
I'd call his name out if I could remember it.
That could be a stalker.
Yeah, he needed a little special help there. So watch people that do that. Preachers, and there's bad apples in every group in America. And this next one, there's some of them that tell their congregation that they need a new $22 million airplane. And there are some great preachers in this world. We're going to rate this next one that we're going to talk about into that bad neighborhood. Kansas City, let's go there.
Okay.
He told his congregation a year ago that he wanted a certain watch. It was about a $4,000 watch. Well, he didn't get it. He got a plaque and something else. And after he gets the plaque, he gets in front of the church and tells them how sorry they are that they've been spending their money on Red Lobster and everything else and wouldn't buy him the watch that he needed.
I'd be saying, it's time for you to go.
It is on YouTube, and now he's thought about it after the video is going out and go, wait a minute, I really didn't mean that. I was a little harsh on what I said. But can you believe
the nerve of some people like that?
That shocks me. You're blessed to even be a pastor. You're the leader. You're the shepherd. And then jump on your people for them not giving you something? That falls under those...
I would question his...
spiritual...
Yeah, I would question lots after that.
Yeah. Kansas City is where it says that the watch was a $3,300 one.
Good
I guess
grief.
plus tax.
That's crazy.
I think they should have went on to Red Lobster also.
Yeah.
It says that they didn't take care of God's shepherd. Shocking. I'll leave it at that.
I'd have got him a picture of one.
Yeah.
And said, just pray about it.
Yeah. Now, I showed this one day this week. You and I were talking about it, where in Arizona, to where they're tired of people crossing the border, getting in. So they did the best they could with the little money they had and went and bought those shipping containers, welded them together and stuck them together to block people from coming into Arizona from Mexico. Yeah. The people coming in didn't like it. And we go back for another picture here. This is what they done. They just knocked them down. 40, 50 of them got together and pushed them over. What we going to do, y'all? What we going to do?
It's crazy.
Somewhere in America today. Some stories just never ceased you. You remember the guy that we brought up that passed away from eating the raw oysters? Yeah, there was more to that story than met the eye, or met the eyeballs as we get the story of this. Turns out, he had cocaine in his system.
And other things, fentanyl.
That mixed with that didn't go over well and, took him out.
Goodness.
Don't always get everything on the front end. We just find out. And
They give you just a little bit, and then you find out the rest later on.
Yeah,
But,
that's pretty serious there.
That is.
So if you're on things like that, don't go eating raw oysters.
Well, I mean, who is going to mix cocaine, fentanyl, and cannabis and expect to
He
live
did.
through it? I mean,
Well, he
that's
probably
crazy.
wasn't even aware that he was eating oysters now that we really dig into this,
Right.
do we? Heavens sake. Hey, let's talk about something I know a little bit about this morning. Our friend Chet, yes, he's got everything opened up this morning. They're there sanding, getting some paint out today to fix somebody's car. Well, if you've been involved in a fender bender, and y'all watch this, you'll be visiting Chet today with this rain. If you slip into something and have a little fender bender, call Chet. They'll come pick it up and take it out to the body shop there and have you going before long. They're located on Highway 495. Y'all pass by it all the time out by the reservoir. 9888 Highway 495 is where you'll find them. From fender benders to more serious things is what Chet does. We're going to get some more pictures because he's done a lot more since these cars were taken. But a sample. Maybe you've had these issues before, sliding into something. The paint booth, classics, scratches, they do all this and then help you out. Do all that paperwork that you don't want to fool with. They'll contact the insurance company, work it all out. See them today. They're welcome. You'll visit them there. Chet's Paint and Body, 737-2961 is the number to call. Visit them today. The Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville is passing along these great savings this week. Mississippi sweet potatoes, 49 cents a pound. Fresh peaches, $2.49 a pound. Valdelia onions, a 3-pound bag, $2.99. Green, red, or black grapes, $2.99 a pound. Fresh leg quarters, a 10-pound bag, $7.99. And certified Angus beef T-bone steaks, family pack, only $11.99 a pound.
And we're down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
One of the most important places to you is your home. That's why Patrick Allen Companies is proud to provide style, functionality, and security to your home. There's nothing quite like a well-designed overhead garage door or vinyl replacement windows, or the safety of a storm shelter to help your family feel protected. Patrick Allen offers doors and windows for commercial and industrial with dozens of innovative designs. Patrick Allen Companies, safety, service, and satisfaction.
Candace pointed something out to me while we were in break there.
Talking about the wall, like how Joe Biden wanted, he didn't want to continue building the wall.
They stopped it.
The border wall, yeah. Well, now he's having a wall put up around his Delaware vacation home.
His vacation home.
Yeah. Over $2 million home or something, yeah. Why are
Fence is
why are you doing that,
costing
Joe?
taxpayers $500,000.
The taxpayers, they say, are paying for it. So.
Your great grandkids will pay for all this. Not to mention that new bill that is hitting America. They're going to be flying around telling you about.
Yeah. I'm sure he'll have guards at some point with
You'll
guns.
have to. And every president has that. We're not saying that all of them they have to have security. Right. It's just we got to watch our spending. Yeah. Inflation's high. Let's take a look at what went around on this date way back when. Anybody remember the name of an outlaw named John Wesley Hardin? Remember that name? We even had a juke joint.
I was going to say, wasn't there a bar called John Wesley Hardin?
Right there in Marion, Mississippi is where it was. It's gone now. Yeah. But this is the day that he was killed. If I'm not mistaken, he got it in the back. One of the few times that he was positioned to where he couldn't see the door, and somebody went in and, if I'm not mistaken, that happened. I could have him confused with somebody else. One of my favorite singers that was born on this day in country music. Anybody remember the guy named Eddie Raven? Yeah. Shine, shine, shine. Joe Sure Knows How to Live. Mexico. And Who Do You Know in Mexico? And that was back in the day when a song was written to where apparently he had met some old girl and she called his house on Saturday morning. He was trying to hide behind the newspaper. My, how songs change. Anybody remember Johnny Nash? A great singer. He was born on this day back in 1940. I can see clearly now. The clouds are gone. What a great song that was. Like Johnny
Tears
Nash.
on My Pillow.
I
Is that
know
the pain in my heart
That could-
caused
that's
by
it.
you? Is that that
Listen
song?
at Candace quoting music today.
I think that's how that song goes.
But he passed away in 2020, a couple years back. He was 80 years old, but born on this day back in 1940.
All right.
Anybody remember the guy?
I do.
He was a congressman, I think.
Yeah.
But you remember
a-
him from that face of what movie was it?
I don't remember the movie,
Oh,
but
yes, you do.
No, I
Who's
don't.
this guy right here before we show
but
the
I mean,
picture?
he's a very good actor.
Right, but look at that face right there. Who is that?
That's Bruce Willis.
Right. What movie would Bruce Willis be in? This is a test for
Is it
Candace.
Die Hard?
Yes,
Okay,
Candace gets
okay.
Cold cookie this morning. He was in that movie. You remember he was the head of the airport.
Okay. He was in a lot of movies,
Yeah.
though.
Fred Thompson, I loved his voice.
Yeah. I mean, he just was really,
Down to earth, so to speak.
a real good actor.
Did he date Lori Morgan, or am I imagining that?
I don't know.
I know all of Nashville did, and y'all are thinking that, but I think Fred did too. Whoops. 1946, this old boy, I saw a picture of him and his wife wearing matching shirts going down a beach this week.
Mm-hmm.
Who remembers this guy?
William Jefferson Blythe the third.
Yeah, somebody made a typo there.
Oh,
And it wasn't me.
okay. I was just wondering.
Yeah, they made
did he change his name or something?
Not that I'm aware
okay,
of.
well, Bill Clinton's having a birthday.
That was a typo from the official site that I got it from.
Okay. I was like, is that his name? Really?
We're going to have to Google that. Somebody made a mistake there. But his middle name is Jefferson.
Yeah. Old Bill, though, he's having a birthday today.
A huge Mississippi star has a birthday today. And you just can't help but like this guy. He's been in so many different even some Lifetime movies, married to a very famous woman, and hails from the state of Mississippi. Who am I talking about? Gerald Mcraney. You'll remember him back from Major Dad. You'll also remember the great show, Simon and Simon.
Yes.
Liked him. And he was married to Delta Burke, wasn't he?
Yeah, Delta Burke's husband.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're still married.
Yeah.
Okay.
They got that true love thing. But
He
Gerald,
was a
I
good
like
actor,
him.
though, yeah.
Anybody remember a song from 1950? I think you would if you've heard any music in your life. I'm Moving On. It was the #1 song in America on this date. Hank Snow had it. You know, the last time I heard his name ever referenced was in Smokey and the Bandit in the 70s when he made a collect call home. And he goes, "No, I'm not kin to Hank Snow." 1966, this girl was born on this date. That's the biggest pair of earrings I've seen all morning.
Goodness.
Leanne Womack. I like her. She's got a great country sound.
Yeah. You don't hear much out of her anymore. Did she just quit?
She's faded. She's still
just get
out
out of the
there.
limelight?
She makes, out of the limelight. That's the way
Okay.
to word it. She's still on the concert trail, but not in the way that she once was.
Okay.
Great singer. I never watched this. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, because
I watched it.
I tried, and I thought, that's just not, it didn't fit my life. I couldn't identify with the show at all.
It was pretty good. I mean, I thought it was.
They danced around. Hey, hey, we're the monkeys. It was the last episode of this today, and it was very odd to me.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Yeah.
just couldn't get into it.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought they were pretty entertaining. Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Britt Gully says that is right. Blythe is his name.
Okay.
Clinton was his stepfather. Well, didn't I learn something this morning in history? Thank you, Britt Gully.
So Blythe is his.
His dad's name, and then he was adopted apparently by Clinton.
Okay.
Well, learned something there.
Yeah.
Bill says he enjoyed the monkeys. I'm wrong. Go ahead. You and Candace going to have to watch it together.
I thought it was pretty entertaining. I just, but.
A little different for me. All right, let's go back to 1969. I've done a couple of concerts with this guy. Real nice. Y'all remember Clay Walker?
Now, he got sick, didn't he?
Yeah,
Like-
he's got MS, if I am not
Okay.
mistaken.
Yeah.
I just want to live until I die. If I can make a living out of loving you.
I liked his music. I've
Yeah.
always liked it.
Good guy there. 1969, this guy was big on television. Anybody ever watch Friends?
Yeah, he's got some issues now, though, I think.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on
Or
that.
in the last years,
It's an issue or
when they-
two or bigger issues.
Yeah,
See, I'll see the face she's making, though.
Well, yeah, I don't know about him. I mean, he can't focus, when he's talking. He's more
Yeah.
like he's.
Candace is one of those, if you've noticed it, she can't hide her emotions. Just watch her face. You'll know everything that she wants to say by the facial expression.
I hunt for words to say stuff because, the first thing that wants to pop into my mind, I don't usually say because it would probably not be the right thing to say, not fitting for TV or anything else. So I have to search for other words.
So you
That's
know
why
what she's thinking, what she almost said.
Yeah.
1987. I'm going to say this guy's name, and you're not going to know who I'm talking about. It'd be so few people that would catch it. William Rourke. Now, you don't know who that is, do you? I wouldn't have either. But he was passed away on this date back in 1987. This is a typo, I'm telling y'all, before it hits television here. Yeah. But he was the colonel on I Dream of Jeannie. He passed away.
Yeah, I remember him.
It was always something going on there.
Now, did you watch that show? Because
yes,
I used to watch it all the time. When I was little, I was like, how does she get in that bottle?
I know, she was
big. How did she do that?
She fit right in it.
I just knew it was a real thing. My grandmother had a bottle that looked almost like that, and I would be looking down in that thing all the time.
If I am not mistaken, and I read the story, I don't have it in front of me, it was a liquor bottle. Mm-hmm. And they spray painted it, I think, is all they done, and used it. It wasn't anything special made. Mm-hmm. Major Nelson, if y'all remember him. The most played songs on the jukebox ever was announced back in, let me see when this was, 1988. Mm-hmm. They announced who it was, and it was 2 songs that you're going to know.
I love Patsy Cline.
There it is. Crazy. Mm-hmm. And you ain't nothing but a hound dog.
Yeah.
Huh. The jukebox. Is it a thing of the past now?
The jukebox?
Or
I've seen a few here and there. I wish I had one. I would love to have a jukebox.
It'd make a great addition in a house.
I would love it. Yeah. Because that was just always really neat. You get up there and go pick your songs. The old ones that flip, the little things. Mm-hmm.
This old boy back in 1991 was just really getting a start. He'd had a couple songs hit it. He'd had one go number 1. This would be the next release, and it did go number 1. Anybody remember Someday? Mm-hmm. He fixes the 57 Chevrolet at the end of it. It's always that thing of the wife saying, you're never going to do it. Well, someday.
Yeah.
Great song. Hope you enjoyed that one. Mm-hmm. This fits the more modern generation of women that want to take anger off at their boyfriends that, well, sometimes don't. Mm-hmm. Stay on the straight and narrow.
Yeah.
Anybody remember this one? Mm-hmm. He'll think next time before he cheats.
That's right.
That's one where she went and carved up his truck and took a baseball bat, a Louis Slugger or something.
Yeah, a Louisville Slugger to both headlights.
There's a lot of women that do that. Mm-hmm. Just warning y'all. I want y'all to know these little things that go on behind the scenes there.
Yeah. Don't mess with some women.
Carrie Underwood has just turned out to be such a sweetheart. She is pretty much like America's sweetheart, isn't she?
Yeah, she seems like she is.
Very nice young lady, I think. Godwin Cleaning Services, you're going to find them today somewhere with a power washer in their hand, taking care of things and getting it all clean. You can reach them at 253-8262 if you'd like to have them come visit you. Now, they soft wash no matter what you've got, no matter the style of home, whether it's brick like this building here or concrete. They can give it a fresh new look again, down to your vinyl siding there. Mm-hmm. Maybe you got a brick home. They do that also. Yeah. Changes that old green look of your brick. You'd be shocked how over 3 years that can change. Roofs, they'll do fleet washing as well. And that's the different types of roofs. And they even do shingles. Now, don't be, just because I don't have that picture here of a shingle roof, they also do that.
Yeah, you know how your shingles will have a dark spot going down? Yeah.
They'll get rid of that for
Clean
you.
it up for you.
Driveways, and they can do these driveways in just a matter of time, just in and out. And they can get you on a schedule to where every 6 months, how many times a year you want it done, they'll come by and do it, and you don't have to worry about it. It'll always look good. From window washing to decks to getting your steps done. It's our friends at Godwin Cleaning Services. 253-8262 is the number to call. They'll come a running, get it all clean no matter what it is. Yeah. Take the time. Talk to them today. They'll help you out in so many different ways. Spring is here, and it's time to quit spending all of your weekend cutting grass when you could step up to a Skag zero-turn mower. Freeman Tractor in Collinsville has the #1 rated zero-turn mower, Skag, with cutting widths from 36 inches to 72 inches. Skag, the #1 choice of professional landscapers because they know nothing outcuts or outlasts a Skag. 0% financing for 48 months with payments starting as low as $129 a month. Stop by Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 and see coleslaw or buttermilk. And welcome back. Your friend Scotty Ray and Candace, as we start the day. And you'd mentioned, somebody brought it up a while ago, Bud Brown's father passed away. And we want to pass along condolences to Bud and his family. His dad was such a coach all that time there in DeKalb. So, Coach Billy, we do pass along our condolences to him. A great man. Bud, you had a great influence. We go to, where are we going here? What state is this in? I want to say this, Indiana. Sometimes these love triangles, and this took 2 to 3 years before they figured it out. They say some closures finally. There's a Indiana firefighter got off a 12-hour shift. He goes home and he's murdered in his driveway. Whoop. This guy that's in jail confesses to an inmate that he did it. He was the wife's boyfriend.
Oh, goodness.
Now, I don't know whether she did it for insurance money, but how horrible. Worked all day and she wants to run off with a lover and has you taken out by a guy.
You never know.
No, you don't.
That's awful.
Yeah, I'll leave it at that. I won't
Yeah,
go any
that's
further
horrible.
into that. That's just a bad situation there. We had 2 people die this week. And you don't hear of this happening much. California, 2 small airplanes collided. At least 2 people died in that as the planes collided and fell to the ground.
I mean, air traffic controls, would they catch?
Well, what
anything?
happens?
I mean, I don't.
A lot of times these small airports that don't have air traffic controllers on site, a plane will take off and they'll just give them their coordinates to a larger airport somewhere else. And then at a low altitude, if somebody's taken off and didn't call them,
Yeah.
you've got a problem.
Okay.
Not saying that's what happened, but I can see that becoming of that.
Yeah. But that's horrible. Goodness.
Wow. Let's see here. Somebody else has lost their job at CNN. I am so shocked.
You know, when I saw that last night, it was on like Fox. They had it
Yeah.
up, of course, you know.
They're going to really brag
Yeah, they're
about
going to
that.
really put it up there. But at first, I didn't know if he lost his job or if he died because I didn't remember what the first date was. But they had it like this date and this date, like somebody, you know, they're born and death. Date.
Yeah. Brian Stelter, is that how you pronounce his last name?
I think so.
Is his name. Let me show you a picture of what he looks like there on CNN in case you didn't know. And I'm going to give you all a guess here. His ratings plummeted. Yeah, nobody was watching him, so CNN has parted ways with that. And CNN is learning as they get this new CEO of running things of America's tired of that.
Yeah.
Tell us the truth.
Right.
Don't be so biased. Just lay it out there and let people decide what they want.
I mean, the truth hurts.
It does.
You know, it does. A lot of times it hurts, but
Have you read this about this little girl that's 16 years old that vanished from a...
yes.
It's bad. They found her jacket. This is going to be in California where this happened. There was a couple that also went missing the same day that she did, and they were worried that maybe there was a tie-in. Well, the couple's car has been found. They were in a car wreck, ran off a cliff, and they have found the bodies of those 2. The young lady who was 16 that wandered off from the camp has not been found yet. Just her jacket buried with a dog. Now...
Her jacket was buried with a dog.
They found her jacket and they thought, oh my gosh, we found where she's been buried. And it was a puppy dog that was wrapped in her jacket, buried. They have no clue where she is or what has happened. But that's not a good indication.
No, it is not.
And we hope, you can only fear the worst, I guess is what we can say. The hotel that inspired Dirty Dancing, you remember that movie? Has burned to the ground. It was in the Catskills.
So was it like that camp-looking hotel
Yeah.
like up in there? Okay.
It wasn't the actual one that they used in the movie, but it was the one that gave them the idea of, hey, we'd like to make a movie out of this.
Yeah.
Has burned to the ground. We hate that happen there. You tell me this. All right, your average Joe here in America, and I can see Candace going to a city council meeting and going up on somebody's head. But a couple has their car stolen. This is in Virginia. Well, the people that stole their car gets numerous parking fines and tickets. The state of Virginia is trying to make them pay for all of the parking fines of the people that stole their car. And
Because
the couple,
the car was in their name?
yeah,
Yeah, I think I'd have a little bone to pick with somebody about that.
what would y'all do? How do you defend yourself? How do you stop that?
I don't know how you would prove that that the car was stolen, or I guess that you didn't do it. I mean, how would they do that?
I don't
how could
know.
They make you? I would think they would just have to void all that out if it wasn't you that did it.
We'll see where that goes. I got a
Yeah, I
ticket
definitely
in.
have something to say about it. but
I got a
goodness.
ticket in California when I went to L.A. for having the car more than 6 inches from the curb. When we parked on the side, had to parallel park in the place we went, and I parked that far instead of that far. $78.
Gosh.
Wow. Oh, and Cindy Lee says CBS was reporting that it was 3 people that died in the airplane crash. I'm glad that the update on
Okay.
that. When I read it, it was just at 2, so apparently they found somebody else. Awful, awful, awful.
You know, if you work downtown, before they got the parking garage, over there across from the temple,
Yeah.
you would have to go move your car every couple of hours, because I used to work at a jewelry store downtown, and every 2 hours I had to go move my car. Now, the owner of the business, she always like paid for a parking spot, but it was like 2 or 3 blocks over. So if it was raining, who wanted to walk in the rain, you know? But yeah, most people do have to move their car. That's aggravating. But
you know, it's funny that you say that. I was sitting at a red light in downtown Meridian yesterday, and a little guy with the chalk walked in front of me that goes by and marks. I hadn't seen him in months, but he's still doing fine. He's still
they'll
marking.
mark your tire, and if they come back by after so long and they have, you know, you're still there, or I guess you'll get you a little ticket.
Now, I'm sure all of us have seen this in the news, and before I'm just going to give you a headline that is out there. I don't know what is true and what is not as true, but the former President Trump, CFO of his organization, as y'all probably have all seen, is now saying that he's going to testify against Trump. Trump organization is saying, well, he's doing that because he's been threatened that everybody in his family will go to jail over something.
I'm sure.
Could there be a little truth to that? Anybody raid a place? Yeah. Everybody that's been friends with him has had their home raided. It looks like we are going to get to see this. This was breaking news yesterday. That search warrant, parts of it will have to be released to the media to where you can see it. Now, they did agree that some things will have to be redacted, but they say that that is coming to a press near you where you can read it. We'll find out what that really said. Makes you wonder about it. China, as we watch this, you know, this has been going back with, as Pelosi went there, and then we had some more people go visit Taiwan. China has flown out 51 planes, warplanes, to the area as a show of force to the United States. I'm not saying anything's going to happen. It's just they're trying to strong arm and go, look what we have, just to keep you up to date.
Well, it says that because America sent some stealth bombers over the Pacific and the island democracy agreeing to U.S. trade talks.
We've been down there a few times. They didn't like it. And they really want to own that. Everything we own almost says made in Taiwan, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it's a lot of that. So keeping you up to date what's going on worldwide as we look at all of that. Let's head down to the farm supply. You're going to find them. Exit 151 is where they are. They've been doing business since 32 in our area. Still a few chicks left. You can drop by and visit that and see that as we go through the many different things as we get ready for deer season. You can't be too prepared. Got a whole lot of corn if you want to go ahead and start that.
Yeah.
Got mineral blocks and, of course, cameras to let you know what's roaming around out there in the bushes. Deer tents, and, of course, if you need a feeder there to cut back on how much corn is going out, they got those also. Anything hunting supplies, they've got it. Patio furniture to anything that dresses up your home. I don't suggest putting this in your deer stand. No. I'm just saying. It's not the thing to do. Fall is right around the corner as we get ready for Halloween and Thanksgiving. They're getting really prepared for this, giving it that fall look, that little touch your home needs.
I always love when it gets to be fall and everybody's decorating.
Gorgeous. Nice. As we see ball caps and overalls and even shoes to keep you comfortable as you work. Got to have those. You got to be comfortable no matter what the job you're doing. Keep your feet good. Pets, a whole lot of supplies then for that. Corn, cattle, all of that's right there for you in one place, and you'll find it at the Lauderdale County Farm Supply. Don't forget about that gun, ammo, scopes, all of that and so much more at the Lauderdale County Farm Supply. Drop in and visit with them today. You'll be glad that you did.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, day beds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
One of the most important places to you is your home. That's why Patrick Allen Companies is proud to provide style, functionality, and security to your home. There's nothing quite like a well-designed overhead garage door or vinyl replacement windows, or the safety of a storm shelter to help your family feel protected. Patrick Allen offers doors and windows for commercial and industrial with dozens of innovative designs. Patrick Allen Companies, safety, service, and satisfaction.
Candace brought up a good point to me. And you asked me.
You know the club that people used to put across their steering wheel? Remember those commercials where they advertise that, you know, nobody could steal your car because you had that club locking
Yeah.
the steering wheel. I wonder if they still make those.
You don't see it anymore.
Because I guess even if somebody hot wires their car, they ain't going nowhere.
And I guess if you're still wearing your Snuggie, you could be wearing that and order it at the same time. I don't see
Yeah.
Snuggies advertised
I don't
anymore.
either. I don't either.
But I do see my slipper.
I was fixing to say, and he has sold them all just about. Yeah, he says.
There ain't no
I was
product.
joking, like,
My sheets,
I
my...
know. I was joking the other night and was coming up with different little things and making fun, like my earrings.
You got to give the man credit for being an innovator, because he does it and tries to convince you to buy it from him. And he's a pretty well big hit, even though he's been chunked out of a few stores.
Yeah, I think he's got socks and slippers and pillows and even a dog bed.
Yeah, his opinion has cost him a lot in America. But that's it. In other countries, sometimes they don't wait on the popo to arrive to handle the situation. We look at that this morning as a mother discovered that her boyfriend had raped her daughter.
Oh, my goodness.
Butcher knife went into action. She took care of things. He won't do that to anyone else ever again.
Yeah.
She nipped it in the bud, so to speak, there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, she did.
Yeah. I don't know how else to
Yeah.
say that there. Let's see what else is going on across America as we look at things. Let's see here. A woman got arrested. She gets put in the back of a patrol car. She somehow, you'd have to be like the Houdini to get out of handcuffs. Well, she done that, then took the officer's AR-15 that was on the front seat and started shooting at him.
Isn't there usually a cage in between the front and the back seat?
Guess they couldn't afford that cut bags.
Oh, okay.
But she just reached over and got
Unless
it.
she just kicked that out.
I think everybody was okay, but boy, she got kind of bent out of spec there.
Yeah.
Let's see, they're warning us. We got enough time to talk about this. It says, beware third-hand smoke. Just touching a smoker's clothing for a prolonged period may raise your chance of cancer. I've never heard that before. Just touching clothes of somebody that smokes could give you. Never heard that.
I haven't heard that either.
I'd have to see research on that to believe that. Could be true. I'm just telling you what they're putting out there across America this morning. Well, the weekend is here. We do hope that you plan something and do something that's a lot of fun. Yes. We're almost out of time as we get toward the top of the hour. Kelly Clarkson is getting ready to come on, tell you something here in a minute.
Yeah.
She's got more folks that operate cameras for her than we do. Just going to tell you.
Has hair and makeup too,
Yeah, I'm working on that. Give me a little time. I'll have people come dab your forehead and say, Candace, what do you think?
Okay. Powder my nose.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're coming back Monday. I'll be back here in the morning at a little after 8 o'clock tomorrow morning to give you what's happened overnight. As always, we'll break in and let you know if anything serious happens.
That's right. Just stay weather alert. Watch Scotty Ray. And we'll see you back 8 a.m. Monday morning.
Thank y'all so much.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: